And we are following breaking news in the NFL. The Chicago Bears know their next GM. They are finalizing a deal to hire Chiefs executive Ryan Poles as their next general manager.
Love to hire if he brings an offensive coordinator with him that's very good. And that's the million-dollar question for me, Molly. Like, head coach, that matters. Obviously, I would have gone more offensive as a head coach just because the development of Justin Fields.
We will play at a high tempo, a high effort, attacking physical style built upon speed, quickness, and explosive athletic ability. We will carry ourselves with an attitude of energy, passion, and intensity. We will play with maximum effort.
We're going to build through the draft. We're going to acquire young, fast, and physical football players. We're going to be selective in free agency, and we're going to connect evaluation with valuation. We're going to have a relentless approach to fix our weakness. We're going to maintain great self-awareness of who we are. We're going to solve problems with open communication and candor. And we're going to consistently put players in position to succeed. And the last thing, the most important piece, is we're going to take the North and never give it back. Take the North and never give it back.
Take the North and never give it back.
But it is official. There was a purchase agreement signed between the Bears organization and the village of Arlington Heights. They released a statement earlier this morning saying, quote, "We are excited to have executed a purchase and sale agreement for the Arlington property. Finalizing the PSA was the critical next step in continuing our exploration of the property and its potential."
What's up? This is Jalen Johnson, cornerback of the Chicago Bears, and you're watching my boys, the Bears Mafia, on the Bear Down Breakdown right here on Bear Down 24/7.
Mafia. Bear down, bear down, bear down.
It's the Bear Down Breakdown. All up in your face now. Bear Down Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Bear Down Breakdown. All up in your face now. Bear Down Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Bear Down Breakdown. All up in your face now. Bear Down Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Bear Down Breakdown. All up in your face now. Bear Down Breakdown. Get down or lay down. We can talk modern era, we can talk throwback, but when we talk this real talk, chump, we don't hold back. These other guys love to lie, bruh, we don't promote that. Mo facts, mo stacks, Mr. Clean, no cap. Switch the whole game on them like a trick play. Competition going missing, no sick day. It's big bears bearing down in a big way, shaking the lake for the monsters of the Midway. It's the Bear Down Breakdown. All up in your face now. Bear Down Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Bear Down Breakdown. All up in your face now. Bear Down Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Bear Down Breakdown. All up in your face now. Bear Down Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Bear Down Breakdown. All up in your face now. Bear Down Breakdown. Get down or lay down.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Bear Down Breakdown. While everybody's unmuting, we got a couple more guys to throw in here. All right, on the show tonight, we have Adam Wolf.
What up, Bear Down?
Live from that casino. We have
Well, I'm trying to hear you guys. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not.
we can hear
Yeah,
you.
we got you.
Turn your camera, though, for me, Gil. We got Mr. Bear Down Bravo, John McNabb.
What's going on, y'all? Bear Down.
Mr. Chicago, Marlon Williams.
Chicago, what up? Bear down.
Paris Hall is in the house.
What's good, fellas? Bear down.
We have Jason Mallardino, who may or may not be frozen. Probably the best thing you're going to say all night tonight, Jason. We got.
I think that's just his face.
You think that's just his face? we got
Dr. Banner. Dr. Banner.
We got the boss bear, Lester Price, and we have Gilberto. All right, so before we get started on the first subject, just wanted to pass along the news. It looks like Virginia McCaskey isn't in very good health. All indications are that she's getting worse.
I can't hear you guys. Hold on.
We can hear you. All indications are she's getting worse by the moment. So, just everybody, quick little prayer for Miss McCaskey. Sucks, man, but not the way you want to start a season. With that said, before we go any farther than that, please give us a like on the Bear Down 24/7 page on Facebook, and also subscribe to us at the Bear Down Breakdown on YouTube. I will scroll that across the bottom of the screen so everybody can see that.
The Bear Down Breakdown, all in your face now.
There you go. There you go. All right. Sorry for we got started a little late. I had football practice.
Catchy as fuck.
I had football practice tonight.
I can't hear you guys. I'm going to try going in and out.
Okay. Sounds good, Gil. Actually, I'll just go ahead. There he goes. Okay.
All right.
So the first topic tonight, audio video problems are great, especially when we get a late start. First topic tonight. Let's ask the first question, the first thought that I had. We've seen some things here in the last week or so since our last show with Roquan Smith. How that whole situation has played out. So it got me thinking, how so far are we grading Ryan Poles? So I just want to go around the room here real quick. We're going to start with Adam. Adam, what's your thought on how Poles has done so far this season?
Hit and miss. I think all of the rookies that he drafted have shown flashes, so that's a good sign. If Velus Jones and Braxton Jones both work out, I think it's going to make Ryan Poles look like an absolute genius. I think Nick Morrow was a very underrated free agent signing. He hired a head coach that preaches maximum effort, and we've seen it on defense already. I think you pretty much see it everywhere except for the offensive line, but that's a whole nother story. I was against it at first, but he found a punter in the late rounds who was much less painfully average than Pat O'Donnell. So that's a plus in my book. He told Roquan Smith to go fuck himself and play football, so you kind of have to admire that. No matter how you feel about the situation or not, he stood his ground, and I'm okay with that. If I'm going to grade him, I'd give him a B just because it's incomplete because we haven't seen a product on the field in the regular season yet. But I think he's done a pretty okay job.
All right. John, what's your thoughts so far on Poles?
He came in. He drafted a offensive lineman that seems to be helping. He went out and got three, quality. I'd give him quality offensive linemen. That's more than we've done in a while as getting veterans and things like that on the line. Yeah, we got some people, but were they the right pieces? We don't know. The way he handled the Roquan thing, of course, we had people that didn't want him to get, everybody wanted him on the team, but he handled it perfectly. Whether we all had our assumptions and our say-so about it, but at the end of the day, he did a perfect job with that, outstanding job with that. And the fact that we got him for the next 2 years at our disposal if we need to is just amazing how he worked that out. And Adam brought that up, and that was a great point before it even really happened. But it's hard to grade him right now. It looks like he's handling his business the right way. You could only grade him to this point if you're going to give him a true grade.
Yeah.
So to this point, I don't know what the field is going to look like once they get on the field. I don't know what things like that. We don't know the ifs and the whats, but all the way up to this point, he got an A+ from me, man. He hired the coach. The coach has intensity. You don't hear Georgie in the news. You don't hear the family in the news much. We haven't heard from Bill Poland what he thinks and things like that. I like what he's doing.
Okay. I'm going to go on to Marlon, but before I do that, the comments come in here all throughout, and I just wanted to throw this one up here. Rob Haspels is a member of the VWO. Rob wants to know, will you guys win a division game this year? I'm just going to answer that for the group. We're going to win 2. They're going to be against you. Y'all still don't have a good defense. So, Marlon, what do you think about Poles so far?
I want to circle back with something that John said because I share that same sentiment. I think that up to this point, we can give him a grade on how he's done. He's been very stern, been very strategic. I can definitely respect and appreciate that about him. He's made some key acquisitions that have helped that will hopefully, fingers crossed, actually will help us, gain momentum in the long run when it comes to different positions being filled. There was a few hit misses early on when we first, hired him. A few players who I would like to have kept from last year's team, but for good reasons, for contractual and money reasons, we obviously didn't. He went a different route, so I appreciate that, of which he was trying to help himself out in the long run rather than look for just short-term solutions. So I do think that some of the draft picks that he drafted, obviously most of us did a lot of speculating about where we should go first when it comes to offensive players. Selecting Gordon and selecting Brisker, man, was huge. We all think highly of Brisker and think he's going to be, potentially defensive rookie of the year, or and be one of those top prospects that's going to be really slept on and overlooked. I know some people were speculating about how good he was coming out of Penn State, and some of us in here watched college football and saw how good he was then. So the expectations of him are I think he's going to live up to it or even exceed that. But as far as pros go, I think he did so far with the Roquan situation, he stayed 10 toes down on his shit, on his convictions about, hey, listen, you're currently under contract, man. So you're going to have to just play this out and see where this goes. We want you here, and obviously you want to be here, but you're not going to force our hands and make us, bend to your every fucking will. And so I respect that about him. And obviously, as time progresses, there's still some free agents out there, veterans that we can potentially look at for us to be of some assistance for us during the season. But I look forward to seeing what more he can do, man. And I appreciate, his stance on things in terms of not being shaky, not being inconsistent with his word, and not being inconsistent with how he does things from a GM. So looking forward to seeing more of him.
Okay. Paris.
So far, everything he said he was going to do, he has done. Now, there was some things that I didn't like that I wasn't a fan of. He did let go of Jakeem Grant. I didn't like that move, but now I see he got hurt. But I still would have went on and kept him because he was by far a huge factor in that special teams. I was real pissed that he took 2 defensive players in that draft, but Mike, you kept saying, you were the main one that said that don't be surprised if we go defense first, and that's exactly what he did. But now I'm looking back and I'm seeing how good Jaquan Brisker looks and Kyler Gordon. I think those were good draft picks. And another thing, he did sign up some vet offensive linemen. I'm not sure how they're going to pan out to be, but we're just going to have to see and find out once the season has started. As far as the Roquan situation, he pretty much told him, listen, I'm not paying you shit until I see how you look under this new regime and this new system. And Matt Eberflus, like, he was an excellent hire. He seemed like the type of coach that's going to hold players accountable. What else I'm trying to come up with? Sorry, I'm trying to think of some more shit.
You're good. I'm gonna kick it over to Jason White.
I got one more thing. It looks like he's that type of general manager that's trying to build this team where they're gonna be a contender every season, and not like Pacer. He'll just go and just give up draft capital and put us in a win now situation while we have a short window and then we're done. It looks like he's trying to do what he did with the Chiefs and just built that team until every year they're a contender. I think that's what he's trying to do for the Bears now. Every season, we're going to be a legitimate contender. Every year, it's not going to be where we're going to be good for a couple seasons or we're good for 1 year, and then after that we just trash for the next half decade. it's been like that since I've been a Bears fan, like forever. Like I don't remember us making it to the playoffs 2 straight times, except maybe when we got Lovie Smith, man. Ever since then, we've never made the playoffs 2 straight seasons. And I think Post is trying to get it to that point where we're going to be good every year, consistently, not just 1 year and then after that, boom. That's all.
I want to say one more quick thing too. So the one thing that stands out to me about Poles is that very thing he said at the podium the first time he did a press conference. We are building to take this division and never fucking give it back. I am going to hold him. We all going to hold him to that very standard, and we're looking forward to seeing that coming to fruition. That's all.
So what's your grade, Paris?
I'm going to give him right now. I'll give him an A, to be honest with you. But we still got to see how the season turns out. But right now, I'm going to have to give him an A.
Okay.
Because he really told Roquan, listen, I'm not paying you shit until I see how you looking with this new regime. Because Ryan Pace just went on and just kissed his ass and gave him the money that he wanted it.
Well,
and it probably worse.
Well, he said he'll pay him what he wants, but when Roquan said, I want this, he said, nah, it's not happening, buddy. But anyhow,
Pace would have just gave exactly what he wanted. Pace would have just said, okay, here you go, and paid him.
All right, let's move over to Jason. Jason, what's your thought?
Well, a little side note, it is kind of weird that Pace didn't pay him last year when he could have. This little thing.
Kind of a good point.
Yeah, so I am all over the face. I'm going to give him a B because I don't think I think he dressed the line, but I don't think he could have done it well. I think center depth was not good. We're probably might have to start the season with Musty Forrest center. I feel like the Jenkins situation, I'll be honest with you, as much as I'm not a big fan of him, I don't think Poles did that kid any favors of when the trade rumors were coming out and like John sitting telling us, shut the fuck up, guys, listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. Jenkins is going to be a beast and you guys need to know your role and he's going to be on this team. Which is, I'm trying to be a positive, John. I just felt I know that was kind of a backhanded gauntlet.
That was me too, motherfucker. I was telling you the same shit.
This is
So my point is I felt Poles didn't after the trade rumors come out. I feel like he should have did something to after Smith came out and said I want to trade or whatever. He did a press conference saying that's just not true. He never did that with Jenkins, so I don't think he really handled that situation. The Smith situation,
the media though, right?
Well, I think the Smith situation, he's handled it as best as he could. I'm not going to really argue semantics because at the end of the day, we don't know the numbers. So I'm not going to say, well, the Bears are shortchanging them or blah, 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 because we fucking don't know. Draft wise, I think he did okay. If you could get a starting left tackle and hopefully, I like the kid Braxton, but I didn't think he was going to make this kind of jump this soon.
He badass, huh?
Well, what's scary is he ready, or is it the fact that
he's all we got?
Yeah.
It's not that really. It's like this fucking high, and this is as far as it's gonna go. So it's like, what are you really measuring it against, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, and the right tackle's kind of iffy. So I like I said, I give him a B, and we got to really kind of see how everything shakes out, and the coaching staff I love. I think everything, at least right now, I'm not gonna be like a Lion fan and saying yay, everything's positive, but I do like the direction of everything. And JJ just came out and said I wasn't on board with this hits principle, and I'm fully committed to it now. So a B for me.
All right, Lester.
Can you hear me? I had to unmute. Okay. Well, you grade in semesters. So right now he's getting an A from me. Let's go over it real quick. Let me try to be as quick as I can. Braxton, Ebner, Velas, Gordon, Brisker. In the beginning, in the off season, well, Ogunjobi didn't work out. Fuck that. In the off season again, he brought in, because we talked about this. I showed you guys I told you guys all the players. He brought in all these players, a plethora of receivers to look at, a plethora of offensive linemen, and the 15 or 14 guys that they brought in for tryouts, the majority of them were offensive linemen. So, in my opinion, he was trying to get offensive linemen. I mean, the position he brought in the most was offensive linemen. Even the undrafted players were majority offensive linemen. There was a lot of receivers there too, and you had some linebackers, you had some safety, but it was offensive linemen. So, what he had to work with, money-wise, personnel-wise, I think he did the best he could. So where we're at now, I like it. Am I ecstatic about it? No, but I like it because of the hits principle. Those guys are buying in. Let's get them while they early. Let's get them while they young. That fits what they're saying. Young, fast, right? We want to get younger. We want to get faster. You got young, you got fast guys. We want to get guys that buy in and learn. The young guys are going to buy in. The old guys took a little bit more time to buy in, a la Jalen, right? Because I heard the presser too. Jalen said, hey, I wasn't with that, but I see what it's about now. I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Mustafa, other day in the press conference said, I didn't run to the ball the other day, and they let me know about it. There you go. That's what you want. You want that mentality. So you bring in
never ran to the ball in his life.
Well, we can agree on that. I can agree too. But somebody told him. You see what I'm saying? Didn't nobody tell him, but he knew that in his mind. Oh, I didn't run. So I like that. That's what we need. You got to build from the ground up. And with that being said, bringing in the coach we got, them being on the same page, all those people I said, Sharp, right? You got Sharp in there too. You got Blasingame. Look at all the people he's actually picked up. You can say more people that you're going to be like, oh, okay, than the people you're like, nah, that wasn't a good pick. His picks that he's picked up, whether it was draft or free agency, are more positive than negative, right?
100% 100.
So I think that alone gives us confidence and positivity in moving forward. So yeah, like I said, A right now. End of the season, we going in semester. So, middle of the season, he may get an F. He may get a C in the third quarter. And then in the end, he may get an A. It just depends. But right now, he gets an A from me.
Lester, I want to ask you one question real quick.
Yes, sir.
The fail to get the nose tackle from Cincinnati, was that on him? Did he do enough research? Should he have paid him where'd he go to, the Steelers? I forgot where he went to.
I think he went to the Steelers. I think he did.
Okay, he went with the Steelers.
Quick, do you think that he failed that situation? Because we kind of need a 3-tech.
No, I think he did his diligence and was like, you know what?
Yeah.
No, it ain't. We ain't finna wait on this.
He wasn't upfront about his injury, and that's what he screwed himself over in that situation.
And I think he didn't. I think he didn't want to wait on that.
Yeah.
I think because they were trying to teach the principle, the hits technique principle now, and you don't have a veteran on the team. He wasn't a veteran with the team, so like a Quinn. So why are we going to wait on this guy? He ain't been with the team. Justin Jones, let me add him in there. Also, let me add in there Muhammad. Okay, think about that.
Yeah.
So that's why he gets a definite A.
Excellent pickup was Muhammad, man.
Well,
I really
I'll
believe
say
he got
this
what
too.
he
I mean,
did.
because we're giving all of our takes and views on polls. Keep in mind that the cabinet was fucking bare that he fucking inherited coming over to this organization. He didn't have much money to work with, much draft capital to work with. And so he had to do strategically, he had to make moves that he probably didn't have to make as much when he was in Kansas City. So that matters a lot when you're, especially in your first time being a GM. I would think that, okay, on average, most GMs have much more of a draft capital to work with and say, okay, we can make more moves now in this particular area of needs than we did when I was previous to this other team. But here with Chicago, we didn't have no fucking money. He had to get rid of a lot of bad contracts just to save some money this year and next year moving forward. But the draft capital is what hurt us the most. And I brought this up before about how significant a first round pick is. And we're seeing it more now than ever that not having first round picks fucking hurts a lot more than people like to give the credit to.
And real quick before Gilberto go, real quick. How many picks did we have coming into this draft?
We had 6.
How many did we end up with?
We ended up with 11.
Thank you.
Bang.
I just like to point out one thing, and then sorry, Gilberto, but kind of something Paris touched on, and honestly, kind of ballsy. Think about this: Poles' first big signing, and you guys brought up. I'm not even going to try to say his name. The defensive tackle from Cincinnati.
Obajobi?
Yeah, Obajobi. Yeah, thank you.
Don't make him say that, man.
But my point is this: a rookie GM, his first big signing, and he had the balls to say, "No, your physical is fucked. Get out of here."
100%.
And that's ballsy. And our ex-GM did not do that. Case in point, Jenkins. Continue.
So I'm gonna move on to Gil, but Gil, before I do, I'm just gonna let you know you keep getting muted because every time I unmute you, there is a ton of echo. So we're gonna try it and see what happens. But I'm gonna unmute you and then go ahead and give your opinion there.
Okay, perfect. No echo right now. Clear.
No echo right now.
Okay,
Actually, yes, we do.
Yeah, I was having trouble getting on. I couldn't hear you, but now I can hear you.
Yeah, I gotta mute you, Gil, because we're getting a ton of echo on our end from you. I'm not sure what it is. Okay, so let's I don't know, maybe pop
Gil
out.
froze too. Gil froze.
How about everybody mute as he goes?
Because
I think that's the problem. So
All
everybody
right,
try to mute.
But he looks like he's froze. He looked like he froze.
No, I don't think
he's moving.
No.
Okay. I'm on mute.
All right, let's try him just talking without on you.
Okay, can you guys hear me now without the echo? Okay, perfect. Basically, I give Poles just the composure of how he's handled himself in the press is very professional. He's not overstating everything. He's keeping it straight to the point. Draft, which you guys touched about. I mean, he converted from 6 to 11 picks. So what he's had, he's worked with. So I definitely, for someone not having what it was like, you were talking about bearing the cover. I mean, he's done an excellent job. So as this time period right now in the present, I give him an A+ for doing everything that he's done. Obviously, he doesn't have much to work with, but I mean, kudos to him. So I mean, with me, I mean, his grade is excellent. And basically his game plan, the way that he's saying that, we're going to take the North. I mean, I know that we're going to hold him accountable, but he's coming with the mindset that he wants to win. And that's what I like about him. And he's basically, he sticks straight to business.
I'm gonna say one more thing about Poles though. Now, it looks like the Minnesota Vikings was trying to go after him, but for some reason, he chose to come to Chicago, who was in the worst situation, who had no first round picks, who was only sitting at 5 picks. Meanwhile, Minnesota had way more draft capital, and yet he chose to come to the Bears for some reason. That I don't know why. What made him come there? Because he didn't want to work with no goddamn Kirk Cousins. If that's the case, I don't blame him for that shit.
All right. So
I think it's because he was promised total control. I think that's
yeah.
honestly
It could be
probably
that too.
that was going to be my answer. I think it was just a control factor. So
Isn't he running the operations now?
he might as well be.
Yeah, I think
that's what George had said. George, he said in the press conference, he said next GM will be running football operations. I heard him say that.
Yeah. So my grade overall, I had him he was a B minus, all the way up until the Roquan situation. And even though it's not popular in Bears Kingdom, I think it was an amazing move. I think that the fact that this rookie GM dug his heels in and said, "This is my line," and my guess is Roquan didn't just go, "Okay." My guess is there was probably some conversation about we're going to start finding you from here on out. You're under contract. You're playing. You know, Adam brought up something when all this went down about the transition tag. I can see that happening. And we'll touch on Roquan late in the show here because there's another thing I want to get to. But the fact that a rookie GM was seasoned enough to say, "This is my bottom line. We're building a team. This isn't just about you. This is the number I'm giving you," and sticking to that says a lot to me. That is a team first guy, and that's what this needs. And I know we get emotional about certain players, and it's just sign him, just pay him, just do whatever it takes to get him here. When you start doing that over and over and over, you got 5 guys that are really good and a team that's really, really shitty for decades. So that's to me, that's a seasoned move. So from my B minus, he's at a B plus. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. I do think we'll make probably one more
asshole. He only went to a B plus. He should have went to an A minus.
Listen,
I'm not taking him to an A minus yet.
He has a B.
Hey, Mike's coaching right now. He's running a few.
No unproven GM should ever get an A grade ever.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to the next subject here. And I know that the topic is that, or the topic, I'm sorry, I can't even hardly think straight. I know that, the talk is that the starters are going to see some time. They're talking up to halftime. I'm reading 25 to 30 plays. So you're pushing halftime. Some will come out early. Some will be in a little bit longer. But it really got me thinking about a couple things. Even with that, have we seen enough of Justin Fields this offseason? So, Adam, do you think that you've seen enough of him or that we're going to see enough of him this preseason?
I don't think we're ever going to get Justin Fields ready enough, especially with the offensive line situation. He's got the talent to be great. His decision-making has improved tremendously in the offseason. His footwork's gotten better. He's been better at recognizing pressure pre-snap. Which was a big issue last year, not making adjustments on the line and stuff like that. But he's going to be running for his life first couple weeks of the season, whether our offensive line was good or not. So, it's a good thing he's been successful outside of the pocket. Otherwise, he's going to be running for his life anyway. So the writing's on the wall for Justin. But I think one thing Poles did is he made sure if Justin's going to be good, it's going to be because of Justin and not because of high-priced wide receivers around him. If Justin's going to stand out, it's going to be because of him and nobody else, making him look better. So I think by week 8, 9, we'll know if he's going to be a future Atlanta Falcons quarterback or not.
Hey, can I just say this? And a lot of you guys got pissed. A lot of you guys got pissed off at me over the offseason because I said this, but Adam just said it too, which made me laugh. I said by week 8, I'll let you know whether or not we have our franchise quarterback. I'm sticking with that. But let's move on.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be. You're gonna know this season. And
I like what Adam said though. He said it's gonna be because of him, not because other players. That's what we want though. Yeah, that's what we want.
And that's my sneaky way of saying that our roster is not that great. That's just my sneaky way of saying it.
You ain't got to be sneaky. You ain't got to be sneaky.
It was a polite way to say that, Adam. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, I got a homer. I got to homer it up a little bit. I don't want a bunch of painfully average motherfuckers out there.
We got to give him
slogan
a shirt.
Word. You need to make a T-shirt.
We got to give him a shirt that say that he fucking loves that.
Hey, we all.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say Sanborn. Sorry.
No, Don't do it.
Second string linebacker.
That's not what we're talking about tonight, Lester. Knock it off.
We need to throw in $3 a piece and get Adam a shirt that says painfully average. John, have we seen enough of Fields?
We ain't dropping no money. Send me the size. I'll send it tomorrow. Anyhow, man, shit. I don't believe in Justin's case. You have to see more because, like Adam said, he's going to be running for his life. Yes, we want to see him throw touchdowns, but if he plays like he did the other night when he got basically smacked around on 2 plays, he got up and he marched us down the field for a field goal. If a few more plays went right, he's getting a touchdown. So we know he can get the ball down the field and get a touchdown. He's talented. We know that. I think he still needs another weapon to be able to help him. That's not a fan. That's not something that a lot of Bear fans want to hear, and a lot of them do want to hear it. But somewhere right in the middle, I just think that we need, like, even Poles is even saying in the media that he wants to make a shake up in the wide receiver room. That's only to help Justin. Okay, so I think we've seen enough from him. I don't think we need to stress out and play him a X amount of downs in the preseason. Trevor Siemian could get in there and take some reps, and in week 1 let him really go out. This man's been practicing his ass off, and we need to be smart as much as we need to be a teacher and develop him. We also need to be smart. So they first came out and said we're not going to play nobody. Well, media came out and said that. Now they're saying to the half. I don't think that's necessary, man. Let him get 3 series in, 2 series in. Let him throw a touchdown to make people feel good, and then go from there.
Okay, Lester.
Let's see here. I think it is necessary. Well, to answer the question first, no, we haven't seen enough of him. We haven't, and we probably won't. We probably won't until the regular season, and that's fine because we've got to protect this guy if we have, trepidations about the offensive line. So, I said this to you guys a couple of days ago, and I'm kind of leaning toward it even more. I feel like that this team, meaning offensive line and Justin, they're slow starters. And I feel like they're going to start out slow every game, whatever it is, maybe game, season, whatever. They're going to start out slow. And once they start getting it, then it's going to be clockwork. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be just easy money. Not saying that they're going to score every time, but they're going to be in a rhythm to what they need to do. It just depends on when they get in that rhythm. I noticed that last year about him, starting out slow. You can go to the Pittsburgh game. That's the number 1 game, I'll say, just starting out slow. And once you start getting into a rhythm with these new guys in this new system, he's already played last year, so I feel like he should be a little more ready this year. But have we seen enough of him? No, we haven't seen enough of him. And I think that's just, the reason being is because you don't want to show everything, number 1, and number 2, injury-wise. So just keep a lookout for that. Keep a lookout for him, for them starting off slow. No matter what our record's going to be, no matter how good we're going to be, look for us to probably start out slow every game. And then once he gets in the rhythm and the team, offensive line, meaning I ain't worried about the defense. Offensive line, Justin, get in a rhythm. Then you can start seeing us move the ball more.
Okay. Marlon.
I agree with that.
As a fan and as Bears fans, no, absolutely not. We didn't see enough of him. And if you think about just how packed out the first preseason game was, first and foremost, everyone was had been waiting for months for football season to roll back around and finally get out to the stands to watch some football, whether it be preseason, regular season, playoffs, whatever. But there's a lot of expectations from Bears fans, and that expectation basically proceeded on with wanting to see Justin on the field more. Now, obviously, Flus came out and said he's not going to play him but so much, and rightfully so. I mean, we only have 3 preseason games now, so The NFL changed it from 4 to 3. And so I was expecting to see more of him because I'm a big fan of the guy. Him being from here in Atlanta and watching him in college and, just being successful and on all levels leading up to this point. And I'm with John on this. I do think one more weapon couldn't hurt him. It could definitely benefit him and benefit the weapon itself too, whether it be someone like Will Fuller or somebody, because that's one person in particular that I'm looking and hoping that we're looking at to possibly bring on board as a veteran receiver who is a deep threat, right? So, but needless to say, no, we haven't seen. We've seen small sample sizes of Justin. Obviously, in that Seattle game, that first drive, he was able to get us down the field to at least get a field goal in that scoring drive. So, the success of that drive still led to a score. It wasn't a touchdown, but it was still a score no less. And so, we went up early in that game and never looked back. So, I do want to see more of that. But given the first few weeks of the regular season, the defensive lines that we're going to be going against, we definitely want to keep him upright and keep him safe and out of injuries way because we're going against Bosa and those guys in San Francisco the first goddamn game of the season. That's going to be a test. That's going to be a huge test to make sure we keep him upright because Bosa he one of them big ass folks that you can't play around with. Alongside a few of those other guys, like Fred Warner, linebacker, and a couple of the other defensive players were pretty good. But I think that, Flus is playing it close to the vest and keeping him safe and just, making sure that he's just at least getting his feet and his legs up under him so that way he has some kind of football action leading up to the season. So I think they're playing it safe, and I can respect that. Obviously, as fans, like I said, we want to see more of them, but I understand why that's not the case.
Okay. Jason?
Short answer, like Adam said and you said, we're not going to see enough of them until mid-season. I understand the logic why you play them because the line hasn't really even been fully, together. So I think that's why it's more of maybe not Justin playing. I think it's the offense in itself. He's still out with his top two receivers or top one, at least one of them. I just think he does need reps. I mean, just in general with the offense. So, but no, I don't think we've seen enough. But because we need more sample size, which we won't get that to the season. So,
well, I will also say too, keep in mind that we don't even know exactly what this starting lineup is going to be for this offense. So Flus hasn't come out and just like designated anyone as a starter come week one just yet. Obviously, there's still some more evaluations to occur because there's over 30 goddamn players that's left on this roster to be cut for that 53-man roster to be solidified and officially, set in stone for the regular season. So we don't know what this rotation looks like, what the actual starting lineup is going to be as far as the offensive line, as far as the receivers go. We know a couple of receivers is actually hurt. It won't be playing for a little while, but we don't know exactly who's going to be out there starting with Justin to help protect him and keep him upright to make those plays down the field potentially. So
they said the starters are playing, man. So that means their starters are playing. So
you think that those are the actual starting offensive linemen? Never mind the receivers and running backs.
Not the injured ones, but I think
Patrick, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hey, real quick, Jason, do you have your Dolphins cup next to you by chance?
Please no. Please.
Yes.
He does.
You do? Okay, good. Why don't you do us all a favor and get off camera and go stick it up your ass, okay?
You just have to bring that in, huh?
Fucking
you son of a bitch.
Jeez.
You had to say something.
Son of a bitch.
You had to bring that damn cup up.
I just wanted to make sure that you had it so I could confirm.
We got to see that damn cup in the damn screen.
We got to get we're about 45 minutes in. We're still on the second topic, so we got to get through this a little bit faster. Let's go, Gil. I'm going to mute myself because I think that I'm the one that's causing your echo, and then I'll unmute you. Give me just a second here.
All right, perfect. We haven't seen enough of Justin. I mean, like you guys said, I think we won't. I do definitely like the things that I'm seeing out of him. The only thing that I do like that forward progress. What I'm seeing, he's starting to evolve a little bit. I'm still definitely very angry about his slides. He needs to correct that. We need him to be healthy. He needs to start making better decisions about that to correct that. Again, I agree with you guys in seeing maybe a week 8, week 9, you can see him evolve. I just want to see him competitive. I mean, if he can work with not having a not so great offensive line and he can progress, and I think something that Lester touched about, and it's about him. If he can excel with all those deficiencies in place, I definitely think that he's going to be our quarterback for the future as well, but that's going to be determined. Again, I just want this man to be competitive and our team to be competitive, but especially him to learn and grow from his mistakes. But again, you see progress and errors though.
Okay. Paris, are you still on?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. What's your thought? Have we seen enough Justin yet?
We have not seen enough of Justin yet, and one of the reasons why is because this offensive line, to me, is it's still scaring me at this very moment, and we don't even know who's actually going to start on that offensive line. Now, I was told that the starters are going to play this week against the Cleveland Browns, but the guys that start on the offensive line are those who are going to actually be the day one starters when we play San Francisco week 1.
I think, everybody but Mustapher.
Okay, so he'll start at center because Lucas Patrick, he's still out. So, and then another thing, we still don't have Byron Pringle back, isn't he? He's supposed to start week 1. Isn't he one of the starters?
I think Byron Pringle's one of those that probably won't be back for week 1. Him and N'Keal Harry both.
That's my guess.
But I think once that offensive line, if it can get going, I think we will see enough of Justin Fields. And I think Cole Kmet is going to be a huge factor on this offense. Like, we need him to be, because tight ends, they really make a big difference in offense. And I think, and Lou Gessie, he's got eye hopes for Cole Kmet. He said he expects him to have a huge breakout season in year 3, and I do too.
Okay. So my thought process is this. I would agree with most of you. I don't think we've seen enough. My reasons are a little bit different. I think that we put him in for a drive, and we haven't really seen him play through adversity yet. I think Gil said something about the sliding. That's got to get fixed. The slides I've seen, he's doing the same shit he did last year. He's got his head sticking up. And for everybody complaining about the fact that he's not getting these calls, he's not getting these calls because his head is sticking straight up like a baseball slide. That is the exact reason he is not getting the calls. Anytime he puts his head in the they're going to make a judgment call that the defender couldn't get out of the way. When your head is leaned back towards the ground, it's a hell of a lot easier to make that call because the defender had to come down to get you. The sliding needs fixed. I don't think that we've seen him, A, get into a real rhythm yet, and B, play through adversity. I need to see how he comes back after an interception. I need to see how he comes back after a fumble. These are the things that we need to see Justin progress. And again, I've said it all year. I'll continue to say it. By week 8, we're going to be having a conversation about whether or not Justin Fields is the future of this franchise.
Should they play by week 5?
Well, I'm giving him to week 8. I said halfway through the season.
Well, I'm going to give him a full season because last year he didn't play a full season. We got to give him a whole actual season to really fully
evaluate. Right, Marlon. But what if he only gives you false hope week 13 through 18? Then what?
Well, what if you're a teacher and you were told, all right, go teach. We want to see how good you are, but there's no books and no blackboard. And then we're like, when we know that you can teach, we're going to get you books for the students.
I will say this, and I will say this very clearly. We have seen quarterbacks come into these situations time and time and time and time again, and you can tell when they are a franchise guy or not. Andrew Luck inherited a team that really wasn't all that fucking great and his line was absolutely fucking terrible.
Did you not have T.Y. Hilton, who was at the time a pretty damn good receiver at the time?
He was Darnell Mooney at the time. That's
a
exactly
bit better. Hey, real quick, didn't he get like a head injury or something?
He did, but you can't tell me that. You can't tell me that you didn't know Andrew Luck was the guy year one. You knew he was the guy.
He already retired though because they put him through that.
I don't want to go off on a big tangent about this. I'm just giving
some quarterbacks right off the bat, and then some quarterbacks will take a couple of years to form into that type of quarterback.
Okay, so we'll have
a decent line.
We'll have this conversation again week 8 because I'm sticking by what I said.
Yep.
So let's move on to the next subject. Actually, we got to do these next couple quick. So let's just do this. One word, one sentence. That's it. Ready? Which wide receiver is going to step up and take that wide receiver 3 spot? Because there's a handful of them in the mix right now. So, Adam, who's your guy?
If I had to say wide receiver 6, it's probably going to be Tajay Sharp. I think he's at least going to be there until week 4 when N'Keal Harry comes back or one of these other guys comes back. He'll make the roster for sure. I can see Webster being on the bubble, but I still don't think that he's anything more than a preseason flash in the pan. But if I had to guess, it's probably going to be Sharp. At least until Byron Pringle and N'Keal Harry come back.
Okay. John, who's your wide receiver 3?
It's Sharp. Sharp proved that he could catch the ball in difficult times, and there's no one really pushing him for that. We haven't seen Pettis on there. We haven't seen even enough of Jones. So, I mean, we haven't seen enough. So it's going to be Sharp.
Okay. Lester?
Are we talking week 1?
Make the roster.
No, it's who's the wide receiver 3. We'll say week 1 because it's probably going to change. I agree with Adam.
Okay, well, week 1, yeah, I'd say Sharp because I was going to say Velas. So if it's week 1, I say Velas is going to be number 2, and then Sharp will be number 3.
I think once you get to wide receiver 4, 5, 6, it's going to be pretty universal.
I was just getting ready to say. I think
I was going to say
it's going to be the same guy.
Yeah, 4, 5, and 6 are all the same guy.
Yes,
you think
exactly.
they're going to get someone out there?
What's that?
Do you think they're going to pick someone up?
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen this year. I really don't.
I think they will.
Barring
there's rumors in the Twitter sphere, but you can't believe any of that shit. So
casualty guys that have to leave.
Barring injury, I would say no.
Okay.
Marlon, who's your wide receiver 3?
Barring injury, I'm going to say Bayless. I think Bayless will be the person. If he's not 2, he's definitely going to be number 3, because of the fact that he has the ability to be a great special teams guy and kind of a Swiss Army knife, so to speak, in terms of being utilized in offense. So I'm looking forward to seeing that UT Vol kid, man, Bayless. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, before I move on to Jason, Mr. VWO, Rob Haspels. First of all, I appreciate you watching the show, Rob. Second of all, will you guys have anyone be a 1,000-yard wide receiver? Rob, we did last year. We started 3 different quarterbacks.
Years. Exactly.
Yeah, so
last 2 years we had Mooney getting 1,000 yards. So
yeah, I mean, with 3 different quarterbacks. So I think we're good.
Mooney was 1 year, and then A-Rob.
1 year. A-Rob was the year before.
Well, the year before that, Mooney had like close to 1,000 yards. Yeah.
Jason, real quick, who's your wide receiver 3? Because
I guess Sharp at this point. I think that I've been saying this on record. I think that 3 is going to just be a Swiss Army knife. And I think it depends on what we're running in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel. But right now,
think about Coulter too. Now, Coulter might, Isaiah Coulter might make this roster. Might end up being in that 3 spot, maybe 4.
You got to make it clear though. The 2 spot is going to be in my opinion.
It's going to be Pringle.
Two spot will be Pringle, and then after that, they want Jones to be there. But after that, it's pretty much wide ass open.
All right.
I think it's going to be Bayless.
All right.
And if you add one guy, like a great guy, we go from the worst maybe or the second worst to the almost the best if you add one guy.
All right, let's move on to Gil.
As far as
All right, I think it's going to be Sharp. Bayless, I really don't think, because I think he's going to be used more as a gadget guy. So I'm going just with Sharp.
All right, and Paris, who's your wide receiver 3?
I'm kind of stuck between either Sharp or Equinemius St. Brown. But if I have to choose just one, I'm gonna probably go with St. Brown.
Okay. So I'll give mine, and then we're going to move on to the last segment. Mine is going to be to start the season. It is going to be Sharp. I think somewhere around mid-season, he is going to be replaced by either St. Brown or Harry. That is my guess. So next topic. Barely confident or firm believer? We don't have a whole lot of time to go into explanations here, so these can be real quick.
Good luck.
Yeah, real quick. Listen, I got my finger on the buzzer. I'm hitting that shit. We're gonna start with this one. Can Brisker win Defensive Rookie of the Year? Firm believer or barely confident? Adam.
He absolutely could, but I am very barely confident.
Okay. John.
That's one of our brightest points on the team. I think if he plays well enough, and this defense has been like really doing some work, it sounds like, and we've held teams down, like, you know, that we've done pretty well. I think Brisker can step up and get Rookie of the Year. He's just as good as anybody in the running for it, you know.
All right, Lester.
As long as he gets a lot of fucking snaps, yeah, I'm a firm believer. Rookie of the Year.
Marlon.
I'm a firm believer that he's going to definitely be in the running. He's going to definitely be like top 2, top 3 defensive rookie of the year. So I'm not quite sure, or I'm not quite certain he's going to actually win it, but he's definitely going to be in the fucking running. So I'm a firm believer in Brisker.
Okay, Jason.
That wasn't the question. Barely confident
yes,
because
Maladino.
No, he
that was the goddamn question.
Hey,
okay, I'm not going off. I'm not going to go off. I'm not going to go off.
Goddamn Dolphins cup got you fucked up.
Yeah. Whatever the hell you drinking that damn Dolphins cup is taking your damn brain.
Barely confident that he won't win it because I just think a safety win it. The defensive player of the year award is going to be hard.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna have to lead the league in turnovers because that's gonna go to a pass rusher.
But Jason, you just said that he will win it because you said I'm barely confident that he won't win it.
Right.
Oh, that's what I meant. You know what I mean.
You're talking about Maladino here.
Yeah. Thank you.
No,
I guess we don't know, but like. I guess without looking it up, when was the last time a safety won the award?
Ed Reed, one of those guys.
I don't know. I'd have to look that up. Honestly, I really can't remember.
Yeah, I have no idea.
That's what I'm saying.
I do think the kid from Michigan who plays for the Lions, he'll be up there in the running if he has a pretty damn.
And the kid from New York. Oh, he's going to be out a couple of weeks. The kid from New York too.
Probably was Ed Reed or the. Sean from Redskins. Remember? Passed away.
Yeah.
Could have been him.
All right, Gil. Defensive Rookie of the Year for Brisker. Let me unmute you.
I'm a firm believer. I believe that he's got the hunger and the drive to do it. And under Eberflus, I do see him potentially, being a top candidate for it. Again, I mean, he's got it within him. And with that system, if he plays well, I do think that he's got a very good chance of getting it.
Okay, Paris.
Firm fucking believer. I believe he can be in that conversation. I don't know if he'll win it, but he's going to definitely be a candidate for it.
So
Wait, hold on just a second. I don't know if you guys are going to believe this or not, but guess who the last safety was to win Rookie of the Year?
I already know the answer, so I'm not
Was it
answering.
Sean Taylor?
No.
Mike Brown.
No.
No, but you're close.
Eddie Jackson? It can't be Eddie
Nope.
Jackson.
Was it Troy
1990 free safety Mark Carrier for the Chicago Bears?
Oh,
damn.
so
Number
you're talking
20.
almost 30 years.
Number 20.
Ish. Yeah.
So I'm gonna give mine. I'm barely confident. I think this kid's gonna be a star in this league. I think he's probably gonna ultimately turn into probably our best player on defense at some point in time, but we'll get to that in a second. Next topic, real quick. Will the Bears offense finish in the top 15? Adam.
I'm not even sure if we'll finish in the bottom 15. I'm gonna say barely confident.
Okay. Here goes John. I already know John's answer. Go ahead, John. You're muted, sir.
We're gonna be 19th. We're gonna be I'm barely confident. We're gonna be like 19th in that range. But our defense is gonna hold us down.
You shocked me with that. I'm not even gonna lie. Lester.
17 through 21, so barely confident.
Okay. Marlon.
I'm gonna say we're gonna be ranked 18th, John. And so
one up me?
I'm one up you, 18th. So I'm barely confident we're gonna be in the top 15.
Let's go, Jason.
Now you're all too negative. Listen, Justin Fields is going to throw for 4,500 yards.
Just answer the question.
This guy, this guy right here.
You know what? I think we're going to just hit that mark. So I'm going to put me down as the not confident one, the other one. Firm believer.
Barely confident.
Barely, yeah.
Whatever. Segments of the damn episode.
Oh shit.
So we'll be 15, Jason.
Hey, Lester, 7-1. That's all I have to say after that.
Are we 15, Jason? We'll be number 15 or like tied or something like that. Are we gonna have the 15 spot ourselves?
I think we'll be 15. Yes. I don't
this
think
guy want to be positive now.
I don't
think
this guy want to be positive.
15. Right.
I don't think we're going to be higher than 15. But I mean, we're just talking yards, right? We're not talking about points, right?
Well, you said bear lever?
Yeah.
He did.
Oh my God, in America.
No, Paris.
Where's Brendan?
I'm not gonna get on no Detroit Lions type so just get into the hype just yet. I'm going with barely confident. I'm not gonna pull no damn Lions situation, just get into all the hype too soon before the season even fucking starts. So barely confident for me.
All right, let's go. Who's left? Gil.
I am going to go with barely confident, and I think that we're going to be like 22nd or 23rd. We're going to struggle, and we'll begin to get, we'll start to progress, as the season starts. Then we'll start to get a little hot streak. But I'm going to go with barely confident.
Damn, 22nd, 23rd. That hurt. That one, Gil. That one kind of hurt.
So real quick, I wanted to give a shout out to an old friend of mine, or ours, I should say, Vernon Lehman, because he kind of stole my goddamn answer. So here's what I'm going to say. I really firmly believe this is going to be a run-first team. I think we've got 3 running backs that are going to be very, very productive. That changes a lot on the offense for me, right? So
you're only saying that because Brennan's watching now.
No, Brennan's been absolutely. I was about to say that shit, Adam. But hold on, real quick, Mike. So do you think this running game opens up opportunities for our passing attack?
I think our passing attack is going to be entirely based on our running game. I think you're going to see.
Answer my question.
Yes, I think you are going to see a lot of Cole Kmet, and I think you're going to see the occasional deep shot down the field when it opens up.
All right, all these Cole Kmet advocates. I'm on y'all ass. He better fucking perform.
I didn't say Cole Kmet was going to perform. I said you're going to see a lot.
I ain't talking about you, but I'm talking about people like Jason. And
in order to have one again, you gotta have a good line blocking.
All right, listen. Let me finish my answer because we got one more to go here, and this one I am limiting to a 1-word answer. So my answer is
each answer's 2 words.
Thanks, Jason. Or thanks, Adam. My answer is barely confident, but I'm barely confident in that barely confident. I think we're going to be somewhere around 16, 17, 18.
That's 2 answers.
Shut up.
You guys one up me.
All right, listen. Here's the last one. And the reason that all I want is the answer is because we will talk about this shit for another hour. Will Roquan Smith be a Bear in 2023? Adam.
Ooh.
You son of a bitch. Firm Bear lever.
John.
Bear lever.
Lester.
Great question. Firm believer. Firm Bear lever.
I'm gonna let Marlon finish. I'm gonna let Marlon finish getting dressed, and I'm gonna move to Jason. Jason.
Look at this motherfucker Marlon, bro.
Damn. You could tag him. Barely confident.
Okay, we're gonna move to. I'm gonna say. You know what? We're gonna go to Paris.
Someone's telling me to say barely confident, but you know what? I'm gonna stick to firm Bear believer because I think he wants to go. I think he wants to be that all-time great Bears linebacker, like the guys like Mike Singletary, Dick Butkus, and Brian Urlacher. So give me firm Bear believer. I think he's gonna have a pissed off season this year. He's gonna really go the fuck off this year. So firm believer for me.
All right, Gil.
I'd say firm Bear lever.
Okay, sorry. It takes me a minute. It takes me a minute because I always got to back up. My answer is this. Barely confident. I firmly believe that this is going to be the last season of Roquan. Tag numbers are probably going to come in at about 18, which isn't terrible.
I heard
but I do think that there is some fracture in that relationship, and I don't think it's because of polls. Hold on, Marlon. I think it is. I think it's strictly on Roquan.
I think we're going to tag him twice.
Oh my God, that's like $25 million that second year. Jesus. Okay,
Wait, I just like to say Mike went on had a longer segment than all of us. That's all.
He sure did.
Do you know why?
Wait,
no. Let me say this because every motherfucking time I save myself for the end, y'all bitches keep talking. That's why. I gotta get my words in when I can.
That's true because I'll jump.
I keep hearing dolphin noises for some reason.
I know it's weird. Go ahead, Marlon.
All right, so I'm gonna first start off by saying fuck all of you who disagrees with me, and you motherfuckers bet not disagree with me because I put the goddamn jersey.
Goddamn, it ain't many of them.
Hey, one word answer.
I'm the last one to go. The Georgia boy is going to remain a fucking Bear. That's why I put this damn jersey on. Do you see the jersey I got on? Roquan is staying in this goddamn city for this goddamn organization at
Hall of
that
Fame,
linebacker spot. Goddamn it, bear your goddamn asses down or get laid down. It's simple as that. Roquan is going to get his contract that he rightfully earned and deserved come next year or possibly in mid-season. We don't know. He balled the fuck out this year, make first team all.
I like, well, just to touch on what Adam said and Mike said.
Marlon froze.
I like the transition tag, and that's why I think we're not going to resign him because if we put the transition tag, that kind of lets him know the market what he's worth. So we did it with Fuller a couple of years ago. It actually hasn't been used a lot. The downside is if we don't match it, he's gone, and we don't get any draft picks or anything like that. So
exactly, it'll be cheaper for us long term to sign him now if we're going to do it.
So a couple.
Not now, not this instant, but you know what I mean.
My fear is if he's already pissed off, and he might be motivated this season, but you tag him next year. I don't know how. He's saying now, I don't care, but you never know how that's going to get dicey. I just maybe because AR, I'm so little leery about the tag
Listen,
and
Jason,
stuff like that.
Get AR out your fucking mind. This
No,
is
I
about
can't.
Roman.
I can't because
Yes,
when,
you can.
No, you can't,
this is
Marlon.
about
When
Roman.
somebody's this pissed off and they're getting to the point where he hates polls or not hates polls, that's not a fair assessment.
You're really reaching with that. You're really stretching.
Well, it's not. I mean, how many times has he blasted polls in the media? He wrote a whole fucking love letter, hate letter on him, and then literally just did an interview saying the same shit. So
I
still don't think Roquan wrote that to himself.
But he didn't get fined either.
He didn't blast polls. He initially said something about the organization, not polls.
No. He said this front office disrespects me.
We're going to talk about this all season long.
Okay, yeah, I'm not. That's all I'm going to say. Go back and listen to what he said and read. You and John need to listen and read what he said. He literally said
he didn't write that.
He didn't, John. He literally said it. Okay, I'm going to shut up.
We're gonna have all season to discuss this. So I
got
Jason,
he's still on the team.
I'm just saying. You said you watched the interview.
He's talking about the press conference.
Yeah. Watch your press conference. He literally said the same thing.
I'll tell all of you to watch the press conference.
Well, obviously you didn't even pay attention because he literally said the same thing in that letter in the press conference, saying that he was disrespected by this front office.
He backed his people because it's still a chase for the money at this point.
Stop it. He ain't got no people.
He's gonna get his money.
I got two things.
Whoever the hell Saint Omni is.
Yeah.
I got two things I got to say here real quick before we kill this. Number one, please go to the YouTube channel and subscribe to that. There is going to be some content coming out that you will not be able to get anywhere else. We are going to start doing some individual things, a couple things, just, one or two of us together. All of that will be posted on YouTube. Everybody's going to have a little show that they're going to do on their own or with another person or something that will not be available on Facebook. So if you're watching, go find that YouTube channel. Adam hit the link in here earlier and get subscribed because it's coming real soon. The second thing I wanted to say is, Marlon, I appreciate you putting that jersey on. I actually have to get a Roquan Smith jersey too because I don't have one yet. But I'm going to wait until next year when they're for sale for $25.
Oh, shit.
I knew he was going to say
Hey, they're going to cost more than Russell Wilson? They're going to cost more than Russell Wilson?
It's going to.
Seattle?
Hey, Marlon, look on the bright side. There are more than Mitch Trubisky jerseys right now, so.
Those are even $20.
Shit, 10.
All right. Hey, everybody.
You guys are bad. You guys are bad news for that. That's cold-blooded, man.
Bad news bears,
We're
John.
going to see you next week.
We're going to stay a bear.
Bear down, fellas. We'll see you next week.
That's going to be a bear down Chicago Bears.
Let's go.